Hey, what's up guys? We're here at SHOT Show 2015 at the FrogLube booth. Larry's here to tell us a little bit about FrogLube. I've heard of it, never used it myself. I've heard great things about it. Matt at Active Shooter Defense School runs it exclusively, right?
Oh, it's beautiful.
So, Larry, tell us a little bit about FrogLube, what it is, educate our viewers on it.
Yeah, FrogLube is a performance-based system for your firearm. The uniqueness about FrogLube is it contains no petroleum. FrogLube consists of two products. We have a solvent product and we have a lubricant product designed to work together inside the firearm. That came from a couple of initiatives. One was we reviewed the military tech manuals for the operation and maintenance of firearms. They direct the use of a degreasing solvent and a lubricant, so that's what we build. The end state of our company's mantra is performance. So using the product system is how we achieve that. And I think Matt is one of those type of guys that has seen the results of the performance system out on the range.
Absolutely, absolutely. We use it on all our rental guns, including my competition guns. Well, every gun that I have, as a matter of fact. Let's just start right there. The cleanup is key. There's something about the molecular bonding and whatnot, but Larry can tell you all about that. What I know is I take a paper towel and I take the gun apart, I wipe it down with a paper towel, and it's clean. Something about a carbon inhibitor, I'm not the guy to be talking about that. I hit stuff with my head and that's what I do. However, I know it works when I just take a regular old paper towel, wipe the gun down, reapply a thin coat of FrogLube, and I'm moving on. And rental guns get it. I mean, those things get beat into the ground. I clean them on average every 4,000 rounds. And
4,000 rounds between cleanups?
Average. Okay, I said average. All right. I'm going to tell you right now what I hate, and that's cleaning guns. And I'll tell you, this stuff's awesome.
Yeah, just touching on that, because what Matt is really describing is the technology behind our products. Our product soaks into the metal. Petroleum tends to film. Petroleum is an oxidizing agent. When petroleum burns, there's a byproduct of that burning. It's called propellant fouling, it's called lubricant fouling, and it bakes onto the metal. So now it has to be cleaned off. With our product, it dissolves those types of carbon-based fouling on contact. It's heat sensitive, so as the heat rises, when you're running those guns really hard, you're actually cleaning the gun while it's running. And so when you're done shooting for the day, as Matt pointed out, you just simply wipe them off, put them away. After about 500 rounds or so, you might want to reapply it. You know, it's just one of those things where you're out at the range, you'll notice when your gun starts to get, you know, your lube consumed. It is a consumable product, thank goodness, because we're in the business to sell it. So,
so is it one of those less is more type things? I've seen guys that will take their gun to the range just dripping with ballast all. You know, I mean, is this one of those where you just a thin coat does it?
That's a good point that you raise. That's actually one of the differences, significant differences between FrogLube and a petroleum-based system. Petroleum tends to burn off when you're shooting the gun, and guys get used to that. Their muscle memory is if a little lube's good, more is better. With FrogLube, that's not the case. Your lube basically soaks into the gun and you wipe off the excess, and then when you go out to the range and shoot, look at your gun after 30 rounds, it's sweating FrogLube. So that's a good point you raised. There's one case where you really want to be careful. In the military, we're taught that if you're going into freezing cold conditions, then you need to winterize your gun. So at that point, you're going to want to field strip it, you're going to want to take our solvent product, and you want to strip off any excess lube that you might see on the gun or in the action.
Okay.
Put the gun back together in a dry state, and you're now winterized. Anybody that I've heard that's ever had any issues with FrogLube, it's typically because they're overlubing or they're mixing FrogLube with petroleum products. So don't overlube and don't mix.
Okay, good. Now what kind of temperatures are we talking about where you'd actually need to winterize it?
I would say you get down into the 30 to 32 range, right around freezing.
Okay, so right around freezing. Good.
Other than that, you know, you're probably pretty bulletproof.
Okay, very good.
I will tell you one thing. I have a Glock 17. I bought it about a year and a half ago. I've kind of kept a loose track on my round count, and like I said, I'm lazy, so it's a very loose. I'm right around 70,000 rounds through my Glock 17. I'm still on the stock barrel. The gun looks haggard on the outside, but the barrel's still tight. That gun, from the day one, I stripped it down before ever even firing it, and started with FrogLube. So
that's
a little
impressive.
bit of
me beat.
testament. Yeah. Well,
I've got 70,000 rounds through about 7 guns.
right.
Over 5 years. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. We're going to get some of this stuff, take it home, play with it, and we'll give you kind of a full readout. But Larry, thanks so much.
Yeah,
really
thank you.
appreciate the
Thanks for
info.
coming by the booth.
And Matt,
Thank
thanks
you,
again,
sir.
man. Always a
Thanks,
pleasure.
Matt. Appreciate it.